Hey, I'm Charlotte Beavers. I live just outside of LA. I like to paint. I just do landscapes actually, and pretty much exclusively use watercolor now. Yeah. Right now, this is a painting, of a view just kind of up the hill from where I live. Since we've been quarantined, I like to go on a run kind of almost every day or every other day. And if not a run, definitely a hike. And I'm really lucky I can walk up the hill that I live on, and up at the top there's a kind of like a mesa up there, so I'll just run loops around there. And it's really beautiful up there. There's houses up there, but there's some open areas too. And so like right now might be a little bit hard to see in this image, but I filled in some bushes, and in the middle, there's a yucca, which I paint a lot of those. I really like the yucca. They grow everywhere here. They're native. They're so beautiful. And yeah, so I thought it would be fun to kind of fill in the yucca and do these mountains and fill in the sky. Hopefully we'll start filling in the sky. That's kind of a lot, so I don't know how much time we have, but yeah, the skies recently, right now, because of like spring, have been so pretty. We've been getting kind of actually a lot of rain just recently, sort of, and it's been so good for all the plants. We need that. And I've just been really having a good time watching the clouds and looking at the sky, like kind of checking on it every day, making a point to look up throughout the day, because the clouds keep changing so much. And when you have the clouds and you have the gray skies and stuff with the rain, given I'm not super used to having rain a lot, but then when you do get the blue skies, it's just like, oh, they just feel so blue, and the sun feels so good, and everything's really green right now, and it kind of starts looking like sort of electric green. Well, that's kind of dark. Yeah, also I guess I should say, like, I really like doing these small paintings. They're kind of like a nice warm-up in a way. Feels like that when I sit down to do one, because if I don't just sort of finish one in a sitting, I know I can come back and sort of just finish it up quick, and there's something sort of nice about that. I kind of like to, like, with the small ones, to kind of like move quick, and that kind of helps me not overthink like too much about the colors or what I'm doing, because in general I think it think it looks better when I'm loose, and it feels better. Yeah. So we're making this yucca is kind of grayed out because it's a dry one. There's a lot of dry ones. Their skeletons are pretty cool. They just they stay around actually for a while. But let's see, maybe we need like a little bit of color in there too, just to kind of bring it out. Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time in my studio these last kind of 3 weeks. I feel really lucky to have this place to be, because I really kind of don't know what else I'd be doing, and coming in here is it's just definitely a good way to sort of forget for a minute the other stuff going on, because it can, start to feel a little, I don't know, overwhelming. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna do this mountain. So I really, really love to do mountains in the distance, because I like to do a fade with the wash of the paint. And the way I do it, so I have kind of like a shadow going on, and then the mountain. I just with a wet brush, I kind of fill in the area where I just want it to sort of bleed into, and it also sort of the water softens up or opens like the fibers in the paper, makes for like a really nice bleed, I guess, with the paint. And it's always fun deciding what color to do for the mountains. I'm gonna I think like a purple shadow would be pretty cool, and then maybe just let's see, brown, just kind of a nice straight up brown. Yeah, and then I get the color on my brush, and I just go right along the edge of that ridge line. Maybe I need a little bit more. And you can see it's kind of starting to run down. I think that looks pretty cool. You can kind of when it's wet like that, you can kind of go back over on that paper, because it is damp already, and it's gonna be pretty kind. Okay, I think that looks cool. I'm gonna let that dry and then I'll do the shadow. Guess I could start on some sky just to get that going. So, probably kind of hard to see. Oh, also when I do my landscapes, so I'll see a scene, you know, on one of my hikes or when I'm running, and I'll think, oh, I want to paint that. That's cool. That looks good. And I come back and then I sketch it out in pencil, so I have sort of like a loose map. And then it's kind of like filling, and then I just like fill it in with the paint. But my favorite is I get kind of like halfway, and then you can kind of like stop paying attention so much to the pencil lines, and I just sort of like, and I just start filling in with whatever, I don't know, feels good, colors and shapes. And that's when it feels pretty fun, because then it kind of takes on its own life, and you know, totally is like a memory back to that spot or that place, but transformed, I guess, a little bit, or some new energy. Yeah, so right now, since I'm gonna be doing some of the sky, I'm just brushing over it with water, just like what I did with the mountain, just to kind of, again, like soften it, because when I do skies too, I think it's really fun to do a really subtle fade, because the sky's not one color. So with this one, I think I'll do like just a little bit of yellow. We're gonna do some yellow down at the very bottom, just like down here, and I just water it down a lot. Not even sure if this is gonna show up in the video because it's so faint. Guess maybe I should make it a little more vibrant so you can see it. Okay, that's pretty good. Just kind of connecting it, and then I'm gonna just come in with blue. And I should definitely mention too that I'm using like a mix of tube watercolors, but I gotta say that definitely my favorite watercolors that I always use are these ones from Case for Making. They're all handmade, and they're made with natural pigments, and they just have like the best quality, I don't know, feeling, quality when I use them. It just feels like I'm like painting with the minerals or pigments. They I don't know, they just feel so like natural, and I think that feels really important, and like it lends itself super well with given what I like to paint. And yeah, this is, I think, this blue color, I think it's just called sky blue, but it's for sure just the nicest like sky blue, and I use it for pretty much all of my blue skies in my paintings because it's spot on. So because the paint was wet, the blue just kind of like blended really nice with the yellow horizon. That's the goal. I like not having a harsh transition between the two colors. And right now, I'm just filling in between the clouds. Doing these watercolors is definitely, for me, it's super meditative because there's sort of like a nice balance of it being, it's both really relaxing for me and I have to be totally, paying attention and focus the whole time I'm doing it. So it just really, it requires that I am in the moment. And that's a relief. It's hard to get there. This like takes me right in there. And I don't know, doing the landscapes too, kind of gives me like a fun activity, pastime activity. It's sort of like whenever I am outside, I'm sort of like always actively, it keeps me, I guess, engaged and really thinking about like what am I looking at? What do I see? Would that be cool to paint? And sort of as like a exercise. I don't know. I like to paint sort of the scenes that, like this right here, just on the side of the road, and I was just running just looking around, and I took a picture of it to look back at, to kind of to sketch this from, and the picture's totally like nothing cool looking really at all. It's like pretty drab. Mike, my husband, saw it and was just like, I don't even really know what you see, but that's cool. But I think that's kind of the fun in it, is also choosing a landscape scene that's not just obviously epic when you see it in person, you know, because sometimes that's too hard to paint. It's like there's too much pressure. You have to, like, I don't know, to meet up to, it already has like a high standard, and just kind of finding like a mediocre side of the road scene, but finding something nice in that feels pretty good. And when I am on my hikes or my runs or whatever, and I'm thinking about my, painting it or whatever, it's like it's a fun exercise to think about colors and what colors am I seeing, because the use of colors, I guess, whatever, in my paintings, I just think about that a lot. I love colors. I love all the colors. I definitely have a way of wanting to use like every color at all times, and it's really pretty cool to look at a plant and notice it, maybe it's casting a shadow, and think, whoa, the shadows in that plant are pretty blue, and then the shadow it's casting on that ground is like definitely purple. And then maybe there's a plant next to it that has red blooms or something, like a penstemon, and you just really notice, like, wow, that's like firecracker red. Those are so bright, especially in contrast to the sort of all the like sagey green of the chaparral around. Yeah. So this guy's taking, it takes a little while. It's because I have a pretty crazy cloud pattern going on. So I think maybe I should just move on and get that shadow in on that mountain, because we can come back. But you can see it's taking shape up here in the sky. I really love using the white of the paper and using it as like negative space in my paintings. It's like a good challenge or something to try to do, to try to not put in too much paint, fill it in too much, because I have a way of like never stepping back and looking. I just keep going, which isn't always the best. But trying to leave white on the page helps with that, I guess. Kind of like slows me down. I don't know. The paintings I make, the ones that have more white, I think I like more. There's sort of more like space for your mind to fill it in, maybe. Okay. I'm just gonna take this to the edge so you guys you see the top of that clad, and then it'll be just more skyline going to the border. I'm just gonna fade it though, and I'll finish it. That's good. Yeah. Okay, so we got this shadow. I want to do purple. I don't know, it might look crazy, but let's do it. Sounds fun. So I'm just filling it in again with wet brush. Doing these these color fades, and I like doing that on the bushes. You just you have it wet, the paint wet, you go in with a wet paint of another color and it bleeds into each other. You kind of never totally know maybe how it's gonna go, but that is what's fun. And I have this watercolor palette that my friend Will's made. He lives here in Los Angeles. I love these, they're the best. Wow, this is a nice purple, huh? Okay, that is pretty. Yeah, it's like lavender, maybe a little more pink. It's kind of lilac-y. Okay, let's see. So, yeah, it could be a little more. And I guess I mostly do these sort of more desert landscapes. I grew up in San Diego, which is dry, and my family and we would go out to the desert a lot, just east of San Diego, and then we'd also go, to Sedona, which was really fun back then. It's a little more different now, but I still like it. So anyways, yeah, I have a thing for the desert. Everyone does, it seems like. And I get it, because it's beautiful and it's special. And I like to paint it because, I don't know, I like all the browns and the contrast of those browns, I think, with colors like purple and sort of brighter colors. Yeah, my mom really likes plants, so she really kind of planted that seed into me. And just really noticing. Sorry, I'm just thinking about what color bush now. Just noticing, noticing the colors of the plants. I don't know. Ooh, that is strong, but that's nice. Okay. I could throw maybe like a little little shadow under the yucca. Just wanted to put another bush there. Yeah, what would be a nice shadow? Maybe let's do this like kind of dark blue. When I'm in my studio, you know, I like to make it feel really fun for myself. Like I don't know, make it special. Make it feel like it's my own zone. I'm going somewhere. So yeah, usually I'm definitely playing some music or something, but I actually do not have music saved onto my laptop, and I kind of generally stream, I guess. Or I like to listen to like podcasts or even books. I've been doing books. That's been good too. But yeah, like doing music. Did I say we don't have Wi-Fi right now? Anyways, we don't. So that's why I'm not playing any. Sorry. And I have a kettle in here. I like to drink, you know, tea. Like right now I have this cup. I have this dandelion mushroom mesquite tea. It feels kind of like a little desert drink maybe. And then when I'm like really feeling, I don't know, like I need a little extra, little jazz. Oh, this looks pretty cool, huh? I have this flower essence too. I took a little flower essence like workshop with a friend of mine, Rachel, Snake Apothecary, and we made flower essences with flowers in the canyon here, and I have this yucca flower one that is really rad, and it's, I don't know, it feels charged up for sure and really special. I'm just trying to kind of brighten up these edges against this green bush. Got a little wasp maybe, but that's okay. A little blend is kind of nice too. Yeah, yeah, it's this yucca flower from April 28th last year. So you just do like 1 drop, maybe I'll do 2 just because I'm feeling like that today, but it's strong. And yeah, feels, you know, I think it's fitting for this. So I think this looks pretty good. I'm gonna finish this on my own. You'll see it later. Thanks for hanging out and listening to me talk. I think it'd be fun to hear from any of you guys, because I'm just here at home hanging out. And yeah, okay, well, sending everyone love and hoping everyone is doing well, and yeah, we're gonna get through this. Maybe this is gonna inspire you to go on a walk outside if you can. I hope you can. Fresh air is really doing wonders, I think, for me. All right, well, that's it. Okay, bye.